What's most important to you when buying windows, siding, or doors? Is it energy savings, cost, quality, or warranty? Window World offers it all by searching Window World today.
I'm Ralph Mangum, and this is our weekly recap of a few of the top crime stories we had for you during the past week here on the WHKY News. That's the week of July 8th through July 12th. Let's get started.
The suspect in this case is charged in connection to a sex offense case from 2019. The case was not initially prosecuted, but the investigation was recently reopened. The suspect was arrested at a camper in Rowan County and was found with a self-inflicted injury. He was to be taken back into custody following his treatment at a medical center. 60-year-old Stephen Joseph Borek of Concord has been charged in connection to a Statesville sex offense case. He faces 6 counts apiece of first-degree statutory sex offense and indecent liberties with a minor. In December of 2019, investigators with the Statesville Police Department were alerted to a possible sex abuse case involving a young victim. The initial investigation included an interview of the child at Dove House Children's Advocacy Center. However, due to the age of the child and the information disclosed at that time, the case could not be prosecuted. Last month, the Statesville Police Department was contacted by the Iredell County Department of Social Services with new information from the victim. The child was re-interviewed, leading to the reopening of the criminal case. Following a thorough investigation, Statesville police investigators obtained charges against Stephen Joseph Borek. The Statesville Police Department sought the assistance of the U.S. Marshals Service's Carolinas Regional Fugitive Task Force to locate and apprehend Borek. On July 3rd, U.S. Marshals found Borek in a travel camper at a Pilot gas station in Rowan County. After a standoff, Marshals, with the aid of the Rowan County Sheriff's Office, forced entry into the camper and found Borek inside, suffering from a self-inflicted knife wound. Borek was transported to Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, where he was treated and is expected to survive. Following his treatment at the medical center, police were to take Borek back into custody. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
28-year-old Chadrick Taekwon McGee of Statesville was arrested Friday by Alexander County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony accessory after the fact. Also arrested was 37-year-old Tammy Amanda Shoemake of Taylorsville. She was charged with possession of a firearm by a felon and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. A juvenile suspect was arrested and charged with felony accessory after the fact. In addition, a 36-year-old female and an 18-year-old male, both from Stony Point, were arrested and charged with misdemeanor possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. Just after midnight on June 6th, Alexander County deputies responded to a reported shooting on South Thomas Lane in Stony Point. Officers found a juvenile male who had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. The victim gave a statement to officers at the scene. He was transported to a local hospital and then to a regional medical center. He has since been released. Following his arrest Friday, McGee was jailed under a $250,000 secured bond, while Shoemake was placed under a $25,000 secured bond. McGee was scheduled to make a first appearance in court today. Shoemake's next court date was set for July 22nd. The 2 suspects facing misdemeanor charges were each given a $1,500 bond and will appear in court on July 29th and August 5th. Previously, another juvenile male was arrested and charged with 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. Later, the charges were upgraded to attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious bodily injury, and robbery with a dangerous weapon. Thanks to WACB's Rick Gilbert, who contributed to that story.
The suspect in this case was arrested after police spotted a vehicle that was parked in an access area to the Greenway in Morganton at a time it was not supposed to be there. The suspect was charged with drug and weapon offenses and brought to the Burke County Jail. 36-year-old Johnny Lee of Morganton was arrested Saturday by Morganton public safety officers. He's charged with possession with intent to sell and deliver methamphetamine, possession of meth, possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of drug paraphernalia, carrying a concealed weapon, second-degree trespassing, and 2 counts of resisting, obstructing, and delaying a public officer. At 1:30 a.m. Saturday, officers with the Morganton Department of Public Safety found a vehicle parked at the Greenway off Greenlee Ford Road after hours. Officers attempted to speak to the male driver about the park being closed when they noticed drug paraphernalia lying in the front seat of the vehicle. Officers instructed the man to step out of the vehicle, however he refused. The man continued to dig around his waistband and near the center console until officers made entry into the vehicle and detained him. It was later discovered that he was in possession of numerous bags containing meth, and there was a pistol in the center console. A criminal history check of the driver revealed he was also a convicted felon. The driver of the vehicle, Johnny Lee, was placed under arrest and brought to the Burke County Jail under $55,000 secured bond. He had a Monday district court date scheduled. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
49-year-old Robert Wesley Setzer Jr. of Jimmy K. Lane in Lenoir was arrested on Thursday by Hudson police officers. He was charged with one felony count, possession of methamphetamine. Setzer was jailed under $25,000 secured bond in the Caldwell County Detention Center. A district court appearance was scheduled for July 24th. Reporting for WHKY, an officer-involved shooting occurred late Monday night in Newton. Shortly after 11:30 p.m. Monday, the Newton Police Department received a call from Catawba County Communications Center in reference to a 911 hang-up at the Catawba Pines Apartments on East 1st Street. Upon arrival on the scene, officers were confronted by numerous non-complying subjects in the parking lot. While the officers were trying to find the 911 hang-up caller, they made contact with a man who was brandishing a gun. While attempting to get the man to drop the gun, the individual fired several shots at the officers. After a brief standoff, the officers returned fire, striking the man, causing him to fall to the ground. The man was then secured as the officers and EMS began performing life-saving measures. He was transported by ambulance to the Catawba Valley Medical Center, where he was then flown by helicopter to Atrium Health Medical Center in Charlotte, where he was last reported to be in critical condition. At this time, no names are being released, and per departmental policies, those officers and deputies involved in the shooting have been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation findings, as well as the result of the internal probes being conducted by the Newton Police Department and the Catawba County Sheriff's Office. This is an ongoing investigation, and anyone with information should contact the Newton Police Department. I'm Ariana Mack for WHKY.
A Newton man is charged with theft, firearm, drug, and vehicle break-in counts. The suspect was arrested on Monday and following the arrest was placed in jail without bond. 23-year-old Jose Luis Ramirez Barreto of Cody Court in Newton was arrested Monday by authorities in Catawba County. He's charged with felony attempted larceny, felony possession of Schedule I controlled substance, larceny of a firearm, breaking and entering to a motor vehicle, misdemeanor breaking and entering, misdemeanor larceny, and attempted breaking and entering to a motor vehicle. Ramirez Barreto was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under no bond. A district court date was scheduled on Monday.
A Lenoir man is charged with failing to appear in court. 46-year-old Brandon Lee Riddle of Harrisburg Drive in Lenoir was arrested on Friday by Hudson police officers. He was charged with failing to appear on a felony possession of methamphetamine count. Riddle was jailed under $40,000 secured bond in the Caldwell County Detention Center. A Superior Court date was scheduled for August 5th.
Asking for the public's help in solving a hit and run in which two pedestrians were struck by a vehicle. The incident occurred at about 12 a.m. on June 21st on River Street near Bodenheimer Drive. The suspect vehicle was described as a dark-colored sport utility vehicle or hatchback. The suspect vehicle may have damage to one or both headlamps. The suspect vehicle left the scene, possibly traveling south on Bodenheimer Drive. No additional information has been released, including information regarding the victim's condition. Anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers 828-268-6959 or call the Boone Police Department 828-268-6900. All information will be kept confidential. That brings us to the end of the crime report today. Thank you for your support. Now for WHKY, I'm Ralph Mangum, reminding you to keep it clean and to keep it legal.
A woman is charged with trafficking in methamphetamine. 45-year-old Dreama Knight Filial of Ferguson was arrested on Monday by Lenoir police officers. She was charged with 4 felonies, 2 counts trafficking in methamphetamine, maintaining a vehicle or dwelling for controlled substance, and possession with intent to sell or deliver Schedule II controlled substance. Filial was jailed under a $150,000 secured bond in the Caldwell County Detention Center. She was scheduled to appear in district court on July 10th. A Hudson man is charged with uttering a forged instrument. 53-year-old Terry David Shue of Idsel Circle in Hudson was arrested on Friday by Lenoir police officers. He was charged with 3 felony counts of uttering a forged instrument. Shue was jailed under $20,000 secured bond in the Caldwell County Detention Center. A district court date was scheduled for July 29th and August 5th.
28-year-old Joshua Allen Williamson and 34-year-old Katie Woodman Laws, both from the same address on Payne Road in Stony Point, were arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers Sunday on drug charges. They were both charged with felony counts of possession with intent to sell or deliver marijuana, possession of marijuana, and possession with intent to sell or deliver methamphetamine, along with misdemeanor counts of possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of marijuana paraphernalia. Williamson was also charged with felony maintaining a vehicle for the sale or use of a controlled substance and a rear lamps infraction. They were arrested after officers conducted a traffic stop on Old Mountain Road. The vehicle was occupied by Williamson and Laws. Deputies spoke with both subjects and conducted a search of the vehicle. The search led to the discovery of 73.03 grams of marijuana, 5.69 grams of meth, and drug paraphernalia. Williamson and Laws were taken into custody and placed in the Iredell County Detention Center with bond for each set at $20,000. Newton police have obtained 8 felony warrants for 24-year-old Keon Jamez Leach of Newton. He is charged with 4 felony counts each of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill and assault on a law enforcement officer with a firearm. Leach is the individual who fired at police and was shot when officers returned fire after they responded to a 911 hang-up call at the Catawba Pines Apartments on East 1st Street in Newton. The incident occurred at about 11:40 Monday night. Leach is currently a patient at Atrium Health Medical Center in Charlotte, where he is listed in stable condition. No officers were injured during the incident. The investigation is ongoing. 2 officers and a deputy are on administrative leave. Anyone with information regarding the incident should call Newton Police at 828-465-7430.
The suspect in this case faces multiple charges in Alexander County. He was stopped by police after they reportedly spotted him throwing objects from a vehicle on Highway 64. The suspect was arrested and brought to the Alexander County Detention Center. He remained in jail as of the time I'm filing this report. 51-year-old Ricky Lee Bowman of Claremont was arrested Monday by Alexander County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony counts of possession of fentanyl and methamphetamine. He's also charged with possession of Schedule III controlled substance, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, driving while license revoked, and littering. Monday evening, Bowman was reportedly spotted by Alexander County Sheriff's deputies as he was throwing objects out of his vehicle. The officer spotted him on U.S. Highway 64. Bowman has charges pending against him in Catawba County, including driving while license revoked and reckless driving to endanger. He's also charged with driving while license revoked in Iredell County. According to the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction Offender Public Information website, Ricky Lee Bowman has misdemeanor convictions listed in Catawba and Iredell counties dating back to 2001. There are 3 cases listed, the most recent being in 2022. Following Monday's arrest, Bowman was brought to the Alexander County Detention Center and was detained under $50,000 bond. As of the time I'm filing this report, he remains in jail. No court date was listed. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
A Lenoir woman is charged with obstructing a public officer. 28-year-old Kristen Nicole Mosley of Abington Road in Lenoir was arrested on Wednesday by Lenoir police officers. She's charged with felony counts of resisting, delaying, or obstructing a public officer and larceny. Mosley was jailed under no bond in the Catawba County Detention Center. A district court date was scheduled for August 19th. A man is charged with assault inflicting serious injury. 44-year-old Anthony Allen Andrews of Smoky Creek Road in Lenoir was arrested on Wednesday by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers. He was charged with felony, assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury, and speeding to elude arrest. Andrews was also charged with misdemeanor counts of false imprisonment, reckless driving to endanger, driving while license revoked, assault on a female, crime of domestic violence, carrying a concealed weapon, and assault with a deadly weapon. Andrews was jailed under $250,000 secured bond in the Caldwell County Detention Center. No court dates were listed.
A Caldwell County resident faces restraint and robbery charges here in Catawba County. The suspect was arrested on Wednesday and was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility. A court date is scheduled for late August. 32-year-old Stephen Wayne Patton of Bee Mountain Road in Lenoir was arrested Wednesday by probation and parole officers. He's charged with felonious restraint and felony robbery with a dangerous weapon. Patton was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under a $100,000 bond. A district court date is scheduled for August 29th. 29-year-old Bridget Abigail Hefner of Lawndale in Cleveland County was arrested Wednesday by probation and parole officers. She's charged with felony probation violation. Following the arrest, Hefner was jailed in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $7,500 bond. A superior court date is scheduled for August 22nd. 42-year-old Jared Dwayne Lindsay of 27th Street Northeast in Hickory was arrested Wednesday by Hickory police. He's charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Lindsay was confined in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $10,000 bond. A superior court date was scheduled on Wednesday. Reporting from Catawba County for WHKY News, this is Rob Eastwood.
40-year-old Terry Allen Ham of Moravian Falls, North Carolina, has been arrested on felony and misdemeanor counts of failure to appear in connection with multiple vehicular violations in Wilkes County. As previously reported by WHKY, he was arrested on July 7th by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers for felony possession of a stolen motor vehicle. Ham was jailed July 11th in the Catawba County Detention Facility with bond set at $21,550. He'll appear in a Newton courtroom on July 15th on charges of driving while license revoked and a rear lamps violation. A court date in Lenoir was scheduled for July 29th on the stolen vehicle charge. Appearances in a Wilkes County courtroom are coming up on August 7th and 8th. In today's top stories, Catawba County Sheriff's officers are investigating the death of an infant on Tanglewood Drive. Just before 5 o'clock this morning, officers responded to a report of a suspicious person near Section House Road between Conover and Hickory. Deputies encountered an adult female who seemed disoriented. Deputies followed the woman to her residence on Tanglewood Drive. There, they found the woman's 9-month-old daughter deceased inside the residence. The Sheriff's Criminal Investigations Division has initiated an investigation into the child's death. Foul play is suspected. Sheriff's investigators are consulting with the District Attorney's Office and are awaiting autopsy results. The adult female has been admitted to a local hospital. Anyone with information regarding the investigation should contact the Sheriff's Office, 828-465-8340. A man was killed Thursday following a police pursuit in Iredell and Surry counties. The deceased is 20-year-old Deshaun Samuels of Charlotte. Just after 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon, a trooper with the North Carolina State Highway Patrol attempted to stop a vehicle on Interstate 77 in northern Iredell County. The vehicle had been reported as stolen in Statesville. The pursuit reached speeds of over 100 miles per hour and ended in Surry County when the stolen vehicle crashed. Authorities quickly determined that the driver was dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. No further details have been released. Thanks to WACB's Rick Gilbert for that story, and our condolences to Mr. Samuel's family and loved ones. WHKY's Rob Eastwood reports on an arrest in a sex offense case in Burke County.
The suspect in this case is a Morganton resident. This is an ongoing investigation. The Burke County Sheriff's Office received information about an alleged sexual assault involving a child in late June. They quickly arrested the suspect and brought him to the Burke County Jail. As of the time I'm filing this report, the suspect remained in jail. A court date is scheduled for later this month. 44-year-old Nicholas Lee Walentowski of Heartland Trail in Morganton was arrested by Burke County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony indecent liberties with a minor. On June 28th of this year, detectives with the Burke County Sheriff's Office received information regarding a possible sexual assault on a child. The investigation led to felony warrants being issued against Nicholas Lee Walentowski for the indecent liberties charge. He remained in jail under that same bond amount as of the time I'm filing this report. A district court date for Walentowski is scheduled for July 22nd. The investigation is continuing. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
For methamphetamine and maintaining a vehicle or dwelling for controlled substance. Hedrick was jailed under $50,000 secured bond in the Caldwell County Detention Center. A Superior Court date was scheduled for August 5th. I'm Ariana Mack for WHKY.
The two suspects arrested in this case are charged with drug offenses. One of the individuals is charged in connection to the alleged trafficking of prescription medication. That individual is also charged with a previously filed count of harboring a fugitive. Both individuals were brought to the Alexander County Detention Center following their arrests, and only one remained in jail as of the time I'm filing this report. 36-year-old Hannah Lorraine Tedder and 64-year-old Lynn Eugene Warren, both of Taylorsville, were arrested Wednesday by Alexander County Sheriff's officers. Tedder is charged with felony possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver Schedule IV controlled substance and misdemeanor practicing pharmacy without a license. Warren is charged with felony maintaining a vehicle or dwelling for controlled substance, felony possession of methamphetamine, and misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia. The charges against Tedder are related to trafficking prescribed medication. She has several previous charges pending, including harboring a fugitive and a long list of traffic counts in Alexander County. Tedder also has pending charges in Iredell County, including felony counts of possession of methamphetamine and possession of controlled substance on prison or jail premises. Both suspects were placed in the Alexander County Detention Center following their arrests. Warren under $20,000 bond, Tedder under $10,000 bond. Warren remained in jail as of the time I'm filing this report. Tedder was not listed as an inmate in either Alexander or Iredell County. Tedder has several district court dates scheduled, including July 15th, August 6th, August 20th, and August 26th in Alexander County, and July 17th in Iredell County. Warren had a July 15th district court date scheduled in Alexander County. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thank you, Rob. I'll finish it up now. 44-year-old Barry Lee Klein of Lanes Road in Vale has been arrested by Catawba County Sheriff's officers on one felony count of breaking and entering and misdemeanor counts of larceny, possession of drug paraphernalia, and a simple possession of a Schedule IV controlled substance. The B&E and paraphernalia charges are from Cleveland County, and the larceny charge is from Gaston County. The charges date back to 2021 and 2022. Klein was jailed Friday in the Catawba County Detention Facility with bond set at $21,500. His next court appearance was scheduled for July 22nd in Cleveland County. That'll do it for the Crime Report today. Thank you for joining us. You've been watching our weekly roundup of some of the top crime stories from the previous week. That's July 8th through July 12th. The weekly crime recap is posted every Saturday at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. That's where you'll also find our top stories, the crime report, local sports, and community focus. I'm Ralph Mangum. Thanks for watching the WHKY News.